I'd like to call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
President Byrne.
Here.
Trustee Markwart.
Here.
Trustee Cook.
Here.
Trustee Hebda.
Here.
Trustee Williams. Trustee Schwartz. Trustee Schultz.
Here.
We have a quorum.
We have a quorum present. Would everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? It's there. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Come on.
No, download it though. You gotta bring it up again. Probably in the PDF file.
Go ahead and you want me to hit it,
I'll get it.
Tom? Here, you want me to get that for you while you,
Yeah, no, I got it.
okay.
There it is. Now I need to do this though. I gotta go to the.
I told you they're not.
Hold
working
on,
right.
hold on.
They don't like us.
No,
Mine
it's the
doesn't.
user,
Mine's possessed.
the user.
You didn't even know what force closed meant before you.
It won't even let me do that.
Oh,
For sale.
I'm gonna leave it here when I come home.
Today. Okay, I want to,
August 7th.
I'm getting there. I'm there. I'm there now.
That's right, I had July 24th.
Okay. Okay. I'm okay.
I think we were there already.
It's not the machine. Okay. Let's see. Any citizens wishing to address the board tonight on anything other than what's on committee of the whole? If it's on committee of the whole, obviously you'll get to speak then. Okay. Next is resolution for Noah Agnew. Is Noah here?
He's still there.
Well, Noah, you got to come up here to the altar, is in presentation altar here. You want to say anything yet?
thank you.
I don't know.
I like that.
That's okay, but you're a little premature. I haven't given you anything yet. Well, fine, you know, then I asked, so I shall receive. Okay. This is a proclamation congratulating Noah Agnew on his Illinois Elementary School Association 2012 state championship in high jump. Noah attended Hawthorne Middle School South, where he was on the 8th grade track and field team. Coach Al Nelson, the Hawthorne South boys and girls track and field teams competed in the Illinois Elementary School Association state track and field meet in East Peoria in May 2012. Despite temperatures in the 90s and high humidity, Noah became the third athlete in Hawthorne track and field history to be crowned state champion by successfully clearing 6 feet 2 inches in the 8th grade boys high jump competition. You about 6'2"?
About that.
Yeah, okay. I was going to guess. All right. Therefore, I, Roger L. Byrne, President and Board of Trustees of the Village of Vernon Hills, hereby proclaim that Noah Agnew be congratulated for his IESA 2012 state championship in the high jump. Congratulations. Now, okay, this is the good one. Now, and you going to which high school? Oh, yeah, okay. All right. Do you know who the American high jumper is in the Olympics?
The guy who got silver today? Eric something.
Is it Williams or something like that?
He got eliminated.
Oh, did he? Well, why don't you talk into the mic and fill me in?
Jesse Williams, I think is his name. He went to Oregon.
Yeah.
And he was this like huge favorite coming in, and everybody was expecting him to at least get a medal. And I don't know, it was raining there, and nerves got to him or something, and he got out at, I think at 7'4", or something like that. And you know, that might seem remarkable, but
Right.
you know, out on that stage, it's like 7'8" or 7'9" that'll get you a medal. So
Right.
he
Yeah, they
kinda-
said he went almost 7'9" and something in the trials, I think, you know.
Yeah.
And he's only 6 feet, so you ought to be able to jump higher than him.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. No, that's congratulations,
Thank
Noah.
Good job.
I assume you do the flap, right? Yeah. All right, good. Okay, thank you. All right, next is, blah, blah, blah. Village Manager, 2012 Vernon Hills Grand Prix, August 12th, 2012.
Thank you, Mayor. Continuing the sporting theme, this coming Sunday will be cycling race event, and they have different age groups, but it's RDC Cycling, and they're putting on this event. We skipped last year, and we have a multi-year agreement with them, but they use the Cougar Way and Nike Boulevard and Fairway and it's about 1.1 miles, so it's a very fast track. And so just to let everyone know and invite people to come out and watch the races. And there's different categories of racers and men and women, and so it's a good time.
Do some of the same people come to this that probably rode in Elk Grove Village?
Maybe at the lower level, because that has a lot of purse money. As
Oh,
you can
really?
imagine,
Okay.
it's all about, I think in the women's competition, the purse was $15,000 or $20,000 in Elk Grove, and that's a pretty high purse. And the
Yeah.
men's was, I forget, like 50, I want to say, or something. It really,
Yeah.
that's pretty big money for cycling in the United States. So.
Okay, so
Anyway.
so they went out and got sponsors and that good stuff.
Right, the hospital, and I think the village there puts in a lot of money too.
Okay,
From
and then
hotel,
how many
motel
people
tax.
participate in our event this Sunday?
I would say, I think using the past, maybe a couple hundred, maybe at the max that were
Yeah.
out there, so.
Okay,
It's nice, so everybody's been alerted. And
all right, and then
should I
Chicago
go on to the
Wilderness.
next? Yeah, this is, Dave has talked to these people. As you know, Dave's on vacation. The Chiefs out at the National Night Out tonight. This is taking a look at a study of 50 miles of the Des Plaines River, and the Army Corps, as well as the Lake County Forest Preserve, is taking a look at removing two dams. One is south, it's close to the Depke Center, and the other one is on the north end, is near Hollister, in that area. And what it would be is evaluating the riparian areas of the river to do natural restoration, because, as you know, there's been a lot of controversy about building dams, and it changes the hydrology, it changes the species that can live there and all that kind of thing. And what this would be is a study to take a look at, once these dams are out, how can they do various restoration projects along there. Unfortunately, it's not funding the restoration, it's just studying it. And there's no, the commitment really on our part would be, like Dave holding meetings in our building, he personally getting involved in it somewhat, and we go from there. Whether, I'm sure they'd like financial partners out in the future, but as you know, a couple of the projects that we've done, they're extremely expensive. That small project on the CV Ditch, the north one by Hazeltine, and the south one over here by Stone Fence, both those, I want to say, were in the $300,000 to $400,000 category, those small sections. So you can imagine what the Des Plaines River would cost.
Sure.
So anyway, but that's, if you're favorable to this, and Dave and I would certainly recommend this, that we would offer our support at this initial stage of this.
Trustee Schultz?
Just a quick, are they going to look at it from a recreational standpoint also?
Right.
Especially that Hollister section,
Yeah.
that always winds up with timber falling and making canoeing really difficult.
Well, I know the Forest Preserve is actually physically doing some of that work, and
Okay.
the one good thing about the drought, of course, is that it's making that work easier to do. And they are doing some of that, I know. Removing the dam will,
Right.
as you know, ask any kayaker or canoeist, yeah, that'll make it much
One less
better.
portage,
to-
yeah.
Yep, to use that river. So, and they're gonna try to make 50 miles of it. There's, well, it was in that letter, 8 or 9 other dams downstream. to remove those also. So that would be, yeah, increase the recreation potential greatly.
Good. I'd be all in favor of our supporting it at, you know, a reasonable level, yeah.
Right, okay. So we'll go ahead and send that letter. So, thank you.
Nothing else?
That is it, sir.
Okay. Okay, next report is Finance Director Larry Nacron.
With the recent sharp drop in government agency bonds, I've been looking at alternatives or yields on government agency bonds. I've been looking for safe alternatives to obtain, I guess, in this environment, a modicum of yield. And one of the alternatives out there is brokered CDs, which are delivered. And I've kind of gone through a screening process through a couple of sources to look for safer ones with the higher yields. And this is kind of I've identified 7. They'd be FDIC insured, each of them up to $250,000. So we could invest $1.75 million. Those are those, and as I say, those would be delivered to our custody account, and I'd be looking in the 2 to 3 year range, which would be around 1%, give or take a 0.25%, depending on the maturity in the bank. So if the board concurs on the consent agenda is resolution 2012-131. Are there any questions on this proposal? Or
Yeah, is there any percentage of our, our surplus that can actually be invested in, the equity market?
No. There may be ways to do it very indirectly. I know there in the past have been CDs that have equity participation, but nothing in the state statute permits our operating revenues to be invested in equities. Of course, our pension.
How about bank stocks?
No.
You sure?
I'm pretty certain that,
I thought at one time, which I found just ironic. I mean, I'm not telling you
yeah,
to go buy any, but,
yeah.
I thought that was allowed. It went back long time ago,
You may be right. It's been a long time since I've read that statute.
Well, let me know. Just humor me, all right?
Okay, I certainly will, and I'll also let you know Israeli bonds are an allowable investment as well.
They aren't?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
So there's
I
all kinds
appreciate
of
that,
little
Larry.
twists in the code, but of course, our pension code the police pension code has a lot more, can be in equities
Right.
and high yield bonds and so forth. But that's not open to the operating fund. And also, we need to consider, I guess, to some extent, the horizon of this fund, which is a lot shorter than a pension fund, and how much risk we want to take. We can certainly get higher yield than what we're getting, but we'd have to do it at a certain risk and a certain illiquidity.
Okay. All right, so you need a motion?
Well, I'll have
on
on
the
the
consent
consent
agenda.
agenda a resolution 2012-131.
Do you need a separate vote on that for any statutory?
I don't believe so. But Bob, would you think I would?
I don't think you need a separate vote, do you?
He's not paying attention.
You think about it, speak.
If you're approving.
Yeah, but should it be a separate vote? I know there have been other things that we've had to really have a separate vote on for the purposes of the securities people or the sureties or whatever.
But this vote is to authorize the purchase of it.
Yeah, but it's bundled in the consent agenda. Should
Oh,
it be?
Well,
Put it as a separate.
I think it's a good idea to pull it out and vote separately. I think that the
Thank you.
consent agenda, as long as it's unanimous, I think it would be fine, but it's probably a good idea to pull it out so that you don't encounter something after that.
So the answer is yes.
Yes. I missed the question. In terms of relating it to the consent agenda.
Okay.
Okay. All right, well, and Larry, you're gonna do the medical loss ratio
Right.
refund?
Right. Based on the new Affordable Care Act, when an insurance company spends less than insuring our size employers spends less than 85% of its premium on claims, it has to refund the difference. And the group we were pooled with, which was United Healthcare Insurance Company of Illinois, they spent about 83%. So as a result, we got a $16,000 refund. And it's to be applied toward either future premiums or, reducing insurance at this time. And what I'm recommending as far as the cleanest way to come up with a number, also get money back to everybody as quickly as possible, is to take that amount as a percent of the September bill, subtract out from the September bill people who weren't here in 2011, and then just supply that reduction across the board to employees who pay 20%, the employer who pays 80%, and to retirees who pay 100%. So they'd each get a share of whatever that percentage proves to be, which would probably be something like 15% reduction, to a 1-month bill.
So we'll get what percentage?
So,
No, the village.
Okay.
so.
We'll get about 75%?
Yeah, we'll get about 70, 75%.
Right. Okay.
So this is
No, we're okay.
the first of many savings that'll be coming our way as a result of Obamacare.
Maybe.
Just putting that out there, that this is the result of the revised health care federal law that was voted in several years ago.
Bragging about that, but that's okay.
So far, it's all savings to people, and nobody realizes that yet.
Just wait.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, let me mention
Okay,
that
I'll move on.
we're going to have a impact bargaining session with the FOP on the 23rd, and we'll bring this up to them. It's for 2 other subjects, but
Yeah.
I'll talk to their
Okay.
representative,
All right.
if you approve this.
Any other comments or questions on that? If not, is there, next item is the omnibus vote agenda. Is there motion?
I have a question.
Oh, you do? Okay, go ahead. I'm
Uh,
going to pull it.
Well, no, the question relates to D. There's a contingent here. Would they like to speak to D?
Oh,
And would they like a separate vote, or do they just let it?
It's going to be a vote.
what does the constituents, do they have any comments on this?
Nothing's going to change.
Good evening. I'm Don Cathan, President of the Greg's Landing North Homeowners Association.
Right.
No, we're happy to see this as part of the omnibus. If you have any questions for us, we have our landscape contractor here, as well as the chairman of our landscape committee.
Okay. Does staff have any concerns, or have you looked at everything that they're going to do?
We're all set.
And who's the landscape contractor?
Acres Group.
Okay. Does Acres want to say anything, or? No? Okay. Yeah, fine, then, all right. Well, okay, so we want to pull what, item F out of the omnibus? All right, so is there a motion, anything else we
Thank
got to
you.
pull? Yeah, you're welcome. Items A, B, C, D, E, G, what are we going to do?
Yes.
And G through N. Okay, is there a motion to that extent?
So me.
Second?
Motion is second. Roll call?
Trustee Schwartz, Trustee Williams,
Aye.
Trustee Hebda,
Aye.
Trustee Cook,
Aye.
Trustee Markwart,
Aye.
Trustee Schultz.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item F, approval and passage of resolution 2012-131, a resolution amending resolution 2007-172, authorizing the finance director treasurer to purchase investments from and sell investments to certain institutions on a competitive pricing.
Second.
Motion is second. Comments or questions? If none, roll call.
Trustee Williams.
Aye.
Trustee Hebda.
Aye.
Trustee Cook.
Aye.
Trustee Markwart.
Aye.
Trustee Schultz.
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz.
Motion carries. All right, unfinished business. A, approval of Kemper voucher list of bills dated August 7th, 2012, in the amount of $12,044.28. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Motion is second. Any comments or questions? If none, roll call.
Trustee Hebda.
Aye.
Trustee Cook.
Aye.
Trustee Markwart.
Aye.
Trustee Schultz.
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz. Trustee Williams.
Motion carries. Next item is approval of the July 24th, 2012 Village Board meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Motion is second. Roll call.
Trustee Cook.
Aye.
Trustee Markwart.
Aye.
Trustee Schultz.
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz. Trustee Williams.
Aye.
Trustee Hebda.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is approval and passage of Resolution 2012-129, authorizing the assignment of developer benefits under the Economic Incentive Agreement for property commonly known as Hawthorne Hills Square Shopping Center. Is there a motion? We got a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Comments or questions?
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
this is just a pretty straightforward assignment to a new ownership entity, basically, correct?
That's correct.
And there's nothing to decision.
So Chase is out?
This will put Chase out. When they were initially in, there was an assignment to an entity where they were still involved, and now the ultimate responsible party will be Kimco Realty, which is a large national owner of shopping centers. So probably have a larger entity running the center than
Okay.
Chase. So
Okay.
I think
Alright.
that's not that Chase was a bad, but
Right.
I think it's a good thing for the village.
All right. Any other comments or questions? If none, roll call.
Trustee Markwart.
Aye.
Trustee Schultz.
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz. Trustee Williams.
Aye.
Trustee Hebda.
Aye.
Trustee Cook.
Aye.
Motion carries. Is there any new business or communications to come before the board? Trustee Cook? Whoop.
I'd just like to say that turns out we've had good weather for the National Night Out, and based on talking to Cliff earlier, the crowds over there are huge in that. So my thanks to the police department and Public Works and for all the work that they put on in these kind of events. And sounds like tonight's is coming off very, very well. I could hear it as I was coming in the building. So good work by everybody involved.
We'll pass on. John and I were the only guys with ties on there.
Very nice. Okay. All right. Any other communication or new business? Well, Dave's not here. Maybe that's okay. I'll ask him on the phone. All right. Is there a motion? Are we going into closed session
Yes.
Yes, sir.
for,
Litigation, personnel, and land acquisition.
okay, everything? All right. So is there a motion to adjourn the board meeting and go into committee of the whole?
So made.
Motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Trustee Markwart.
Aye.
Trustee Schultz.
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz. Trustee Williams. Trustee Hebda.
Aye.
Trustee Cook.
Aye.
Motion carries. Wake up.
You might have to hit the on button.
Yeah. Okay. Oop, now I gotta redo this. Okay, all right. Gotta go, what page number is the committee of the whole? Well, I got it here, but
I'll tell you.
5? Okay.
Yeah, it's actually, yeah, page 4, page 5 is where it is.
9?
But going into it,
Okay. Well, I'd like to call the committee of the whole meeting to order. The first item is approval of the committee of the whole minutes of July 24th, 2012. Is there a motion?
Motion.
to approve.
Second.
Motion is second. Comments, questions, corrections, deletions? If none, roll call.
Trustee Schultz,
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz, Trustee Williams, Trustee Hebda,
Aye.
Trustee Cook,
Aye.
Trustee Markwart.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, first item, request from Canaflex for approval of site renovations and architectural design of a warehouse addition to their existing building at 875 Woodlands Parkway in Corporate Woods. You gentlemen want to step forward?
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. I can give you a quick summary as they're setting up. The board will recall that they considered this as part of concept review at the Committee of the Whole meeting on May 15th. Being considered was an addition to the existing facility. The addition is approximately 98,000 square feet and would be devoted to warehouse and manufacturing of large piping materials. About 70% of the facility is just for the warehouse of that material, and the other 30% is for manufacturing. The proposed design would be precast concrete panels. There'd be a horizontal brick pattern at the bottom, and the top portion would be painted a light color that is complementary with the existing brick facility. At the May 15th meeting, the committee directed that Canaflex proceed to technical review. They have done that and completed that step of the process and are now before you for final consideration. There's a copy of the proposed site plan and building elevations attached to your packet. And for tonight's meeting, if the committee feels that the addition is appropriate, then staff should be directed to prepare an ordinance approving the site revisions and the architectural design of the addition, subject to the conditions that are outlined in your packet. And again, the Canaflex is here to answer any questions that you might have.
Sure. You want to state your names for the record, please?
Yes. Hi. My name is Naoki Hirose from Takenak Corporation USA, and we're a design build company representing Canaflex Corporation today.
Okay. All right. Do you want to tell us anything about the building? Or
Yes.
what?
The building is planned to be located in north side of the existing facility, which is 875 Woodlands Parkway. It's located inside the Corporate Woods Business Park. And the existing building is about 57,000 square feet, and the new addition is about 92,000 square feet. And the usage of the building is mainly a warehouse project, so up to about 60 to 75% is going to be a warehouse usage, and the rest of the space is going to be more like a little addition to the manufacturing process that is currently going on inside the existing facility. So basically what they are planning to do is to manufacture a large size pipe, which is what they're planning to use it for is to use it like in a new development, like inside the sewer facilities where they use like a really large pipe so that they could just run water through those utilities. So what they need is they could currently produce the product right here, but they need a storage facility so that they could have their delivery trucks run inside the building and then load it up and then deliver it to outside within anywhere in the United States.
And how many dock doors would you be adding?
We are going to be adding 3 new dock doors.
Okay.
But it's going to be inside, so the trucks will be entering the building when they're loading the products. And they would have about 15, 16 trucks a day.
They're loading, crane loading onto flatbeds?
Actually, there is going to be 2 bays for cranes, but it's really for part of the manufacturing process. So for the loading of the products onto the truck, they'll be using forklift.
What's the
well,
diameter of the biggest pipes?
I think it was around 60 inches.
So they're loading into dry vans then?
Yes, the trucks will be loading into the building, and then the forklift will be loading the products onto the
But
trucks.
the trucks themselves are dry vans?
Yes,
not-
that is correct.
Not flatbeds?
No, they will be flatbeds.
Oh.
Yes.
So
Drive in and drive out.
they're loading from the side or all
Yes.
from the rear?
Actually, there will be like a couple trucks running inside the building, and then the forklift will be coming from the two sides.
Okay, so the two outside docks
Mhm.
will be loaded from the sides.
The dock's actually on the wall, but the trucks will be
All
running
right, you're
inside the
not,
building.
yeah, you're not conversing in
Okay.
the language, I can tell that.
Okay.
In the language of warehousing.
Mhm.
In other words, they're bringing in flatbeds.
Mhm.
They're loading them from the side
Correct.
within the building.
Yes.
And also from the rear of
Mhm.
the flatbed truck itself.
Not from the rear, but just from the sides.
Okay, so, well, the center one, you
Mhm.
can't load unless you only load it from the rear.
Right. So mainly, most of the time, they will only have two trucks. We
Well,
draw in three, but
You're only gonna utilize the two.
correct. Yes.
So they're 60 inches diameter, are they
Mhm.
50 feet long in 50-foot sections?
I think they were around 20 feet sections because they need to run through these column spacing. And what they have is between the two bays, right where we had the trucks loading in, we've eliminated columns so they could put two sets of pipes at one time.
Okay, well, I mean, obviously, this has got to go to technical review, right?
Oh, well, actually, we're through the technical review
Oh,
process.
Okay,
And we've worked through pretty much everything. There's some minor details we're still working on, but it's substantially,
so
we've
how quick
resolved
did
everything.
they get going with this?
How quick, well, if the committee directed staff to prepare an ordinance, we could have that on the next board agenda meeting. And concurrent with that, they could be completing their permit review process, so they could be starting by the end of August.
So basically,
Trustee
yeah, there's basically no change from when we saw the
No.
concept in that.
No, I mean, some of the landscaping's been refined. We're finalizing some details on the lighting, but really, what's before you tonight is the same thing that you saw at concept review.
And this is all precast?
Yes.
That's correct.
Do you make the precast?
Do we make the precast? No.
No? Okay. All right. And do you also make storm sewer pipes too, or?
Yes, that's part of the products that they are planning to sell to the public once they get the storage done.
Okay.
Yes.
You doing any business in North Dakota?
I do not exactly know.
I just watched something on PBS
Mhm.
before I came here, and I guess it's going crazy out there because of the oil find.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so.
Maybe it's a new business for them.
Yeah,
Possible.
it's kind of booming.
So
Okay.
you need motion to approve?
Yeah, is there a motion to approve?
Well, motion to direct staff
Yeah.
to prepare the necessary ordinances for this project to go forward.
Subject to the four conditions?
Yes.
Second.
Okay, is everybody clear? Yep. Roll call.
Was there a second?
Yeah.
Somebody does.
He took the motion, I
He took
second
the
it.
motion from Tom and he seconded
He clarified it, so I'll give him the motion.
I heard it.
Trustee Schwartz, Trustee Williams,
Aye.
Trustee Hebda,
it. Aye.
Trustee Cook,
Aye.
Trustee Markwart,
Aye.
Trustee Schultz.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Well,
I'd love to be invited to your ribbon cutting when you're opening
yeah,
that
I'd
up.
like to take the tour of this place. It's
Yeah.
probably pretty good. Where do you get all your concrete from? Do you get it delivered, or do you make it on site?
Oh, you mean for the exterior walls?
Well, no, are you actually making the pipe?
Oh, no.
He's making
Actually-
plastic.
Yes.
What's
it's
he doing?
Plastic.
Plastic.
all
and
plastic, okay.
PVC, so.
But you make concrete storm sewer pipe?
No,
No.
it's only going to be plastic hose.
Okay.
So it's mainly rubber, plastic,
But
polyurethane.
you will make this the new pipe you're gonna make?
Yes,
Okay,
will be inside the facility, yes.
all right. All right, fine.
Thank you very much.
So, I guess welcome to Vernon Hills again.
Thank you.
You think, you're gonna add any people? You gonna hire any people, any new employees? How many do you think you might hire? You wanna step up here? I mean, that's,
Exciting.
no? You don't wanna,
I think maximum that they could hire is around like 20, 30 people.
yeah, okay, well, every job helps. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, is there a motion to adjourn committee of the whole and go into closed session for everything? Litigation, personnel, land acquisition?
Everything.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion is second, roll call.
Trustee Williams. Trustee Hebda.
Aye.
Trustee Cook.
Aye.
Trustee Markwart.
Aye.
Trustee Schultz.
Aye.
Trustee Schwartz.
Motion carries. Thank you and good night.